pretty shocking. I was on my way to work in the morning, driving through the park, and I see the police car behind me pull me over, and I know I wasn't speeding, so they came to the car and he asked my name. When I told him my name, he asked me to step out of the vehicle, which I know is not standard procedure for a police officer. So I resisted, and I was like, I told him no. I was like, why? And he actually opened the door and he pulled me out. And he asked my name again, and as he said, you coming with me? And I was completely shocked and wondering what is this in reference to? And he wouldn't tell me at first. Two other cops stepped out of the vehicle, surrounded the car, and then he told me, he's like, well, you're eligible for deportation for a case you had in 2002. I said, completely shocked and unaware. I was like, why now? This is 13 years later. I didn't understand the process of how immigration works. So on the drive, I asked him, what's happening? What are we doing here? And he just basically said he was going to take me to a deportation center. He went over my case and he said, there's no hope for you. He said, you're going to be deported. Once we got there, it's scary. You don't know what's really going on. It's not like a typical jail. It's not a typical jail process where you're really understanding what the outcome is. They just kind of tell you, here is where you're going and this is it. They don't really explain much of the details or what you can do. They just kind of throw you in a room and here you go. And the first shocking thing is you have no rights. You're being deported. It's crazy. Once you go in there, you talk to other people and you understand that they're going through the same thing. Everyone in that room is going through the same thing. A lot of them didn't even know what was going on themselves. And so they're asking me questions and I'm just like, I just got here. I don't really understand what's going on. So I just try to talk to as many people and understand what's going on and how we can work this. At that time, I was able to call my wife and understand that she already had been working on getting an attorney, because I told her, this is the first thing we need to do. First time I got to have a conference call with Mario, it made me feel good to understand that someone on the outside was working on my case. He explained to me what was the process. He gave realistic expectations. I wasn't expecting to be out that same day, as he let me know that it wasn't as easy. Once you're in immigration's hands, it's really out of your hands. You have no chance to make any different changes. It all depends on the lawyers working outside to help you. A lot of people there didn't. I knew people that had called for their attorneys and they would not call back. They would not get any hearings, any conferences. I had people that had said that they had already wired money to these attorneys and they never got a call from them. I know that there was a lot of resources available, but it wasn't as easy to get to it. They tell you there's a lot of things you could do, but it was not easy. And no one actually explained anything to you. They're like, you can call this national center here and you can call this other place here, but no one explained to you how to do it. It was all left to you to do it or figure it out, is basically how it was in there. Mario basically, he told me what the judge would be saying and what the government might say against me. So he prepared me for what was going to be said, so it wasn't a complete shock to me. And then it was good to see that he was on the other side defending me and showing my point of view from there. It was a big relief to know that someone was there for me. From being inside, I've learned that you're vulnerable and people are going to take advantage of you. I knew guys that were in there that had wasted money and people never even showed up to their courts. I heard of people that were charging outrageous amounts of money to do the simplest things that Mario handled. I just think it's a very place where they're going to really take advantage of you. As far as for Mario, he was there for me. He went above and beyond what he had to do. My case, it turned out that it wasn't going to be the easiest of cases to win. So he had to go out of his way to go to look at a different point of view and do something completely different to be able to win my case, which he had to go to a state, reopen a whole case and a whole different avenue that he had to take to win this case, and he did it. So I'm really thankful for that.